Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Post Grad Academy. I'm your host, Nick.
And I'm your co-host, Charlie. Today we have Colin Paul, fitness YouTuber, KP Fitness, and TikTok KJ Performance Nutrition with us today. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty solid. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Awesome. So, welcome. So, can you tell us a little bit about your story, just like a little brief background?
Yeah, so basically where I got to where I am now, to where a decent amount of people know me, is I started my supplement brand. So I have a dietary supplement brand, which is basically just pre-workout protein. I started that at the beginning of Corona, just over, I think about a year ago. Want to get into the business, want to do something, whether it's actually working for a company or a manufacturer. So I cold emailed, I think about 100 different brands. They got back to me, but because of Corona, I couldn't do anything. So I was like, what's the best way to get into it? I just started my own brand. So with about $5,000, I started with 150 pre-workouts and 150 proteins, developed my own brand, my logo, everything around what I wanted it to basically entail in the message behind the brand. And it's just scaled from there. It's pretty damn crazy. I started with 30,000, I think, followers when I released my first time in November. And this past, I think about just over a week ago, I released, I think, my third drop, and I have 300,000 now. So it's just scaling. It's
Yeah, did
like
you think it was
crazy.
necessary to have all those followers before you started like your supplement company?
No, not at all. Like I started when I first had the idea and started it, I think I had around 13,000, and that was because I just had one stupid viral video. And then I kind of flipped the switch and was like Gary Vee would say, I was like, what do I need to do? And then I was like, provide value. So I just started providing. I have an expertise in the supplement dietary industry, and I was like, not many people know about actual ingredients in pre-workout or protein, like what to look for. So I just started educating for free, and people liked it, and it just took off from there.
Yeah, dude, that's super sick. I saw you mention one of your videos that you worked at a supplement manufacturer, and so that kind of helped you start it and know what's what and what to put in what.
Well, actually, it was pretty crazy. Like I didn't get that job until after I released the first time. So I reached out to all those companies and brands before I started. I got the opportunity, but they were like, that's when coronavirus just started. So yes, we'd love to have you, but right now isn't a good time. Kind of reach back out 6 months. So in those 6 months, I built the brand and actually released, and then got back. And I was like, I'd love to come on. I was an intern for 2 weeks, and then they offered me the job. So, and then I worked there for 2 months and quit because my business was doing so good. And now I'm just full time with my business.
Wow. It was something you already started beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
super cool.
That's insane.
So how'd you even get into lifting to begin with? Just working out and such?
Yeah, that's a long story. So I was a huge basketball guy. So I'm about 6'4". So I played basketball growing up. That was my sport. I actually played 1 year in college, but in high school I tore my ACL and then broke my kneecap senior year. So at that point I was rehabbing for so long, and that threw me into the bodybuilding fitness industry, and I was just head on with that, and that became my passion over basketball. So when I got back to actually playing basketball, it just wasn't that for me. I was literally in the gym longer than I was actually trying to train for basketball. It just took over my life.
So I have a question, because I'm kind of an amateur lifter. They kind of call me Black God, but I kind of call myself that. When I take pre-workout, I really have no idea what which one is good, which one's bad. If you could only take two pre-workout brands, what would it be?
Two pre-workout brands. So putting mine aside because I'm super biased, I would probably say Innova Farm. They just have great all-around products. Their pre-workout MV Pre is just efficaciously dosed. It's got everything you need in there. It's a little bit higher stim, but it's everything you really need. They have amino acids, essential amino acids. They have a pump product. All their products are just very good.
Yeah.
The other one I would say is probably Like a Pro Pump and Focus is their pre-workout, but Like a Pro Supplements. He is a former IFBB pro, and his products, once again, are just efficaciously dosed, which means they're the highest possible, so you get the greatest return on the product.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But once again, those are probably my top two. But they're probably some of the top 2 most expensive supplements out there.
I used to use like Woke AF, if you know that.
Yep.
It just didn't really do it for me. I mean, like I would obviously I have like a tradition every time I go to the gym, I eat an Uncrustable and chug a gallon of lemonade. That's a story for a different time. But I just wouldn't feel like the pump and like when I took those pre-workouts, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we've all been there, man. I have a similar story. I had a gallon of grape juice in my backpack when I was in college, so that was my thing.
Drink gallon of grape juice?
Yeah, just
I gotta try that.
all day
I have my gallon of lemonade right here.
There you go.
I just remember like watching Rich Piana on the come up and just like a pint of Ben & Jerry's every night.
Yeah,
just greasing. That's just how you get big.
I mean, if you're a skinny dude, a hard gainer, like you kind of gotta use those things. I mean, at some point, I took a little too far. I think I hit like 245 is the highest I've ever gotten.
Damn.
I'm sitting like 210 right now, but yeah, that was not a lean 245.
My roommate who got me really into lifting used to like, I would just watch him just grease so much food every night. He would eat like, he would have a Costco tub of cookie dough and you would just watch him eat greasing. Would have like 5 chicken breasts, like just made at all times. Like it's insane.
It's ridiculous. But I mean, people don't understand how much the actual pro bodybuilders eat while they're eating clean food. They're eating clean food, but like 5,000 to 7,000 calories worth of that clean food, which
definitely.
The volume of that food's ridiculous. So if you can get it down with pizza and burgers, that's power to you.
Yeah, no, I could only imagine. I always struggle with like gaining weight and stuff, but if you're like actually putting in the work in the gym, you can pretty much eat just a near unlimited amount. Still be making.
Oh yeah.
Never look too bad. Sick. Awesome, man. So I got quite so like how do you like differentiate between like making like TikTok advice videos and then like throwing out YouTube videos which are like a little longer, and like how do you compare those platforms?
It's pretty tough. I've kind of found my niche on TikTok because I find myself like pretty creative, but I find myself pretty creative like in the moment. So like I can think of something and then be like, okay, I can make a 30, 60-second clip on that pretty easily, edit it up and be done in like 15 minutes and have a video that could possibly get like 2 million views. YouTube on the other hand, is pretty hard because you have to hold them for more than like that 5 to 10 seconds. Like me doing a vlog, like I only do so much every single day, and the majority of it is the exact same thing every single day, and not much changes. So I feel like there's not much that I can do as far as vlogging. I probably should change up my style to be more education, like my TikTok videos, and that might draw in like a little bit bigger of an audience. But it is kind of hard, YouTube, just to keep the audience like tuned in for more than that 15 seconds.
No, definitely.
I can only imagine as a lifter too, you just got to be consistent with everything. Like every one of your actions is towards just building. So it ends up being the same stuff every day.
Basically. Yeah. Like I have my set routine that's helped me out in so much, but it's also like people don't really want to see it every single time.
For sure. Yeah. That's sick. Yeah. And then, so, I mean, you kind of view these now as like miniature businesses pretty much, essentially, right? But they started out for you as just like a passion project, right? Just something you're into, lifting and supplements.
Oh yeah, like as far as like the social media side, I personally never really kind of wanted to get into it, but I saw the value in, especially TikTok being so young that everybody's eyes were there and nobody was really in the supplement realm in TikTok yet. So I think I was one of the first to get there, and that kind of took me where I needed to go. But yeah, supplements, I love experimenting on myself and literally taking every possible supplement I could find, every flavor, every single brand. It didn't even matter at that point. Then probably a year and a half into actually taking supplements, I started research what was actually in them and like what they were supposed to do, what ingredients to look for at what dosages. And then it's just taken off from that. Like now I'm even into like anabolics and stuff of that nature. So it's literally just like, it's a passion. I'm just interested in it, you know?
Yeah. Do you dry scoop your pre-workout?
I like half and half. So I like
you gotta
like you have to. And
I used to dry scoop protein powder.
Dude.
It's like a joke with my buddies.
I never drink protein powder anymore. But what I do is like put it in a bowl and like make sludge basically. Because I like to eat my protein.
And eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather eat it than like I drink it, you know.
Yeah, I gotta start doing that.
But yeah, pre-workout, while you need to be hydrated, if you drink like a freaking water bottle and then dry scoop, you're fine. But like some of these guys, they don't do that, and then they just take a dry scoop, and that's when it won't really work, because some of the products are like hyper hydration ingredients that actually need water to work. So it's
that's interesting, because I thought it hits harder when you do that.
Yeah, so the stimulants will, and the only reason it might hit harder is because you have less volume in your stomach. So like if you were to drink it with a lot of water, like chug a water bottle and then do a dry scoop, that's because there's so much more volume in your stomach. It'll take a little bit more to actually like hit your system, but that's just a stimulant. So as long as you're hydrated, go ahead and dry scoop all you want.
Okay. So real quick, can you go through like a daily routine with Konlan? Like, what do we do on a daily basis? Because I know, like, first thing I do when I wake up is chug my lemonade, eat my Uncrustable, I start my day, and then I lift.
What is that routine?
Dude, I need to get on that routine, dude. That actually sounds pretty solid.
It's a game changer. I have 3 types. It's the strawberry, the blueberry, and the Nutella. Nutella's fire.
Nutella. Isn't there like a peanut butter honey or something like that?
I did see that. So have you ever tried hot honey?
No.
Hot
like sriracha honey?
No, like it's like a spicy honey. I actually work at a restaurant, and they're like, yo, throw this hot honey on your pepperoni pizza. And I'm like, what? I tried it last night. It's the most fire shit, and I can't wait to buy it and put it on like a now that you say it, a honey Uncrustable. That sounds fire.
That does sound pretty solid. But anyways, so my routine has changed a little bit because I'm traveling so much right now, but just I'll take you through like a usual that I did when I was actually starting the business. So so when I was starting my business, I was so I moved out to Georgia and I was working for the manufacturer. So this was the hardest and most like grinding time of my life.
Yeah.
I would literally get up at 3:30 in the morning, have my cream of rice, my meal.
Wait, you what?
My cream of rice. So it's a cream of rice. It's kind of like oatmeal, cream of rice and protein powder. It'd be like a pudding type thing. So get up, have my carbs, my protein. It's pretty damn good, I will say. It's basically like rice pudding type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I give it 3:30, have that meal, and then I get online. So I would answer every single DM, every single comment on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything I possibly could, and then I'd start either filming a video or editing the video. Then from there, I'd probably hop in the car at 4:30 and drive to the gym. The gym was about 50 minutes away because my work was an hour and away, and I would go to the gym that was closer to my work rather than going to one that was closer to the house. So I drive all the way to the gym and then work out for about an hour and a half, shower, and then get to work around 8.
Mm-hmm.
Then I work from 8 to I get off at 5. So work from 8 to 5. Do a little bit, probably like 30 minutes of answering as many possible DMs, questions I could do. At lunch, I would make a TikTok and post that. Then the drive back home was literally like an hour and a half at least. So I wouldn't get home till like 6:37. And then same thing, post TikTok, do whatever I need to do for my business, like film a YouTube video, edit the YouTube video. And I try to be bedding by like 9, 10. So it was a crazy busy time, and that lasted for at least 2 months. My schedule's a little bit changed now, but that's like my main schedule. It's just probably shifted by a couple hours.
That's insane. I couldn't
imagine going to the gym before work. Honestly, that'd be crazy. That is some dedication right there.
And like waking up at 3 a.m. to answer like fan mail or TikTok messages and everything.
No, yeah, but
yeah, dude, it was ridiculous. And I mean, I only did that for about 60 days, and I was getting pretty burnt out. But that 60 days put me so far ahead and like shot up. I think in those 60 days, I literally went from like 100 or not even, I think it was like 90,000 followers on TikTok to like 275,000. And it was like, it was some crazy explosive growth. And I literally, the days just flew by. Like I didn't even know what was going on.
So busy time. Yeah, I can only imagine how being that engaged with your followers like helped your supplement company take off, honestly. Just because you got like a personable feel and stuff.
Exactly. People don't understand how much like that means to people too. Like I still don't see myself as an influencer or anything. I don't know if I ever will. But if somebody DMs me or like comments on my stuff, I'm gonna respond to them. I'm gonna like it. It takes like less than like 5 seconds for me to do. So why can't I do that? And people think I think people think it's like the cool thing to just have people comment on your page and like not respond and everything. Like, yo, look how many people commented or actually interacted with my thing. But like, just say like, thank you, or like, yo, or like answer the question or like it. It's really not that hard, and it goes a long way. People don't realize.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, that's super sick. Do you also like provide like coaching and like exercise plans and stuff like that?
Yeah. So currently I do. I think I have about like 15 clients. I got to keep it kind of a little bit lower with my amount of clients, but
I need to use you.
Yeah, I got you, man. But it's tough because there's so much stuff going on. I have my business. I'm starting a few other businesses now, and I'm doing like consulting for other businesses as far as like social media and everything. So it's my schedule is pretty packed, but I still try to get it in because I do enjoy helping people.
Oh, for sure. And those are also some like super sick ways of monetizing your followers and such.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Like there's a lot of people who have expertise and actually can help a lot of people, but it's just, yeah, having that audience, people that actually go to your page and want to check you out.
Can be very valuable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. So I got some like personal lifting questions. So if you have like a lacking body part, like I just cannot get my chest to grow for any reason, how do you fix it?
So that's a tough one. A lot of people do have like genetically lagging body parts, but what I would do is just focus on it. I mean, a lot of people like, how do you get better at bench? You bench more. You run a bench program. Like you either one, unless you're overtraining that muscle group, you can probably add a little bit more volume and just try different possible lifts that you haven't been doing in the past. Also, like isolation exercises are huge, especially for back. Like the only things that I do with both hands on back are really just a lat pull down. That's really about it. A majority of rowing exercise I do single arm. Even lat pull downs I do single arm as well. It's just really easy to isolate it, and you can usually handle a little bit more load on each arm than you can combine with both hands. So it's all about literally finding that leverage and getting the maximum amount of load you can with good form. So
no, definitely. Yeah, I got to add that in. So just switch up your workout split to maybe hit it a little more frequently. So I feel like it's pretty hard to like actually overtrain a muscle, you know.
Exactly, especially if you're eating enough, it's like Jay Cutler used to say this, like if you're eating in a surplus and eating enough, you can't really overtrain in a sense. Like it's very hard to do.
No, for sure. For sure.
But when you're eating, I saw like a quote, it really stuck to me. It was on TikTok. It was just like, when you lift, you eat like a dog. And I was just like, I watched the video more. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what does that mean? Eat like a dog. And it was just like, dogs have scheduled meals every day. They have the same amount. It's the same food. Like, if you really want to make those gains and like get your legs bigger than Chesney's, do you really think you need to have like every day the same meals and like basically just chicken and rice?
It depends. I mean, can you achieve it that way? 100%. You can achieve it other ways too. There's no one way. There's no best. But like I say to everybody knows how to lose weight and gain muscle. It's really not that hard. You go work out, you go train, and you eat healthy in the surplus. Or if you want to diet down, get shredded, you eat a little bit less. Like everybody knows how to do it. It's pretty simple, but it's hard at the same time. So not a lot of people can be that disciplined to eat the same amount of food at the same time and do it over and over again without any cheat meals and do their cardio and everything like that. That's the hard part.
Honestly,
but the actual idea behind it is pretty simple.
The biggest thing I struggle with personally, and I think a lot of people could relate to this, is like when you're on the couch at like 10 p.m. watching your favorite, like How I Met Your Mother, and you just want to go puff or Uber Eats that pint of ice cream from like there's a place over here that does, it's called Mr. Penguin, and they have like soft serve coated with like Italian ice, and that's layered all through. Mm-hmm. And how do you just resist the urge to eat late at night? Because that's horrible for you, especially when you're cutting.
So, I mean, that's tough. And I will say the number one thing is that people don't understand. It's like, you can have those foods. Like there's no bad and good foods in a sense. It's just, are you eating in a surplus? So I'd say if you're struggling with cravings and stuff at night, I would do intermittent fasting or not eat your first meal until like 12 and save up a majority of your calories allotted for the day for the afternoon. So you can have that bigger meal and feel full in the afternoon, but your total daily calories are the exact same. I don't think people realize quite that.
I might be mistaken in this, but like if you eat late at night, like let's say at 10, you eat a meal and then you go to bed at like 11, aren't you like just it's kind of sitting in your stomach, you're not burning it at all? Or is that like completely
how it works?
That's a big myth. So it's really over a week span, but you can put it down to a day to where like you have an allotted calories for the day to maintain your physique. So your basal metabolic rate is the majority of your calories, which is just if you would lay on the couch, what your body burns just to function. Let's say that's 1,800 calories. Then there's your NEAT, your non-exercise related thermogenesis, or your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's all your fidgeting, you're walking around, you're chewing, you're eating, like your digestion, all that type of stuff is your NEAT. That's another chunk. So let's say that's 600. So you're up to 2,400 calories. Then let's say you go work out for an hour and you work out and burn 400 calories. So you're up to 2,800 calories. So your allotted calories for the whole day is 2,800. Let's say you eat like 800 for breakfast and lunch, and then you have 2,000 at dinner or late at night that you can pig out and use whatever. You can literally eat whatever you want. But those 2,800 calories are the exact same that you burn for the whole entire day. So your body weight and everything's going to stay the exact same. Now, if you want to lose weight, you just take off 200, 300 calories, eat 25, 2,600 calories. You have that negative 200 calories, and you'll slowly lose weight over time. So
awesome. All right. So I have a little bit of a game that I'd love to play with you, and it's going to be called myth or fact. So I'm going to read you like kind of like a fitness, like fact or myth, and you're going to have to tell me if it's a fact, and we'll do a couple of them.
All right. Sounds good, man.
All right. So first one, strength training will make you bulk up.
Oh, so that I'd say that is a fact if you eat.
That's actually what it says. It's a myth, but if you eat, that's when it becomes.
Yeah, like
exactly. That's interesting. Like you literally said that right. That's insane.
So like it is 100% a myth. Like you eat, if you're in a caloric like deficit, you can't really gain muscle. Will you get stronger? Like possibly, and that's all like can be like neural adaptation, but that doesn't mean your muscle is going to get bigger. But if you're eating and like slowly progressive overloading, meaning your strength is going up and you're continually eating, or eating in a surplus, but lifting heavier weight, getting stronger, you'll gain muscle and you'll be bulky. So
gotcha. And so I have a question, like, so the whole hypertrophy versus like short rep strength training, I mean, do you find that actually matters? And like short reps are allegedly supposed to increase your strength and longer is supposed to increase muscle size. Do you find that to be true?
Kind of. It depends on how you do them too. Like if you're doing like 3 to 5 reps with a weight that you could do like 10 to 15 at before failure, you're not really going to get stronger. But if you're putting a maximal load and you're doing like 3 reps and your third rep is like an RPE 9, which means like you barely get the third rep up, you'll probably get stronger. So it's like it's how far you're actually taking those actual reps.
Gotcha.
Awesome. All right. So the next question I got is, not feeling sore means you didn't get a good workout.
That's a big myth.
That's a big myth. Why is that?
Because soreness doesn't really equate to, I guess, workload. It's like soreness is technically arachidonic acid in your muscles, and that like causes the inflammation and soreness after workout. But your body can become adaptive to that. And I'm really not sore unless I don't work out for a week and then I go back in the gym and train my ass off. Like there's certain things that'll make you sore, but just being sore doesn't even mean you have a good workout, but not being sore doesn't mean you had a bad workout either. So
awesome. All right. And the last one I got for you is, let's see, a good one. All right. For every pound of muscle gain, the body burns 50 extra calories every day.
Oh, I don't know that one exactly, but that's probably fact.
That's fact.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. The more muscle you have, just like the bodybuilders, like they can maintain their physique on 5,000 calories. The more muscle you have, the more calories you can burn. Really
huge.
No, I mean, it definitely makes sense about like what we were just talking about, because like, especially like the question about feeling sore, like after I got into my groove of lifting, like going back lifting, like there's be some days I didn't feel sore, and I would just like stay until I felt sore.
Yeah.
And then I just like was there for hours. I'm like, why the heck am I not feeling sore?
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't really equate to anything,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest.
But the first few like days after you're back lifting are just absolutely brutal.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
You just can't walk. Like
you'll be on the floor. Your first leg day back in like a couple months, you're done. You're not hitting it for another 2 weeks.
So that goes into another topic I actually wanted to discuss, because like honestly, I think we need to have an intervention with Nick. He's been skipping out on leg days.
That's
what do you
not
think about
true.
that?
Literally not true. I just squatted.
Nick.
That's
unreal. He's coming from a leg workout, man.
No, yeah, for real. I mean, I'm a push pull legs every 3 days right now. It's kind of crazy.
Hey, there you go. Legs twice a week. I like it.
Yeah. Well, what's your split? I'm just curious, honestly.
So my split's pretty interesting. I kind of take rest days when I feel like taking them. So I am on TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy. So I can recover pretty quickly. My test levels are a lot higher than normal. Mm-hmm. But so right now I run a chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs. And I kind of just continually cycle through that. And then when I need a rest day, I usually take a rest day. But my rest day is usually once a week. So
yeah, it's once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but push pull legs is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do a little less frequency and just like slam each muscle group like every time you go.
Exactly. Yeah, I like to be just like more like Dorian Yates style training, where he was literally in the gym for like 45 minutes to an hour and just killed himself and then just got out of the gym.
Super high intensity.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so you're only in the gym that long. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I warm up for about 10 minutes. Yeah. Kill myself for 45 minutes to an hour. And then I usually do cardio afterwards. But yeah, I don't like to extend my workouts. That's another thing. Like people think like not so much volume, but actual working sets. Once you kind of develop enough and have a good understanding of what actually triggers like muscle breakdown, you really only need 1 to 2 sets to actual failure. So have like 1-2 warm-up sets, like working up to your max weight. Have 2 sets where you take it to actual failure, where you like cannot get that last rep.
Yeah.
And then you're good. Next exercise. The people you see doing like so like, well, no, then you're just done.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
So the people who's like you see doing 4 sets of 15, it's like their first set, they're like totally good. Okay, that's good with 15. You're not really triggering any muscle like breakdown. Like there's really no stress on the muscle at that point. To where if you did that first set to actual failure, let's say you hit 20, your next set is gonna be maybe like 12.
Yeah.
So like that's how I like to train. That's how I think you'll actually acquire the most muscle tissue, to be honest.
Yeah, I fall into that trap a lot of like doing the 4 sets of like 12 reps, type deal like that. And also like on the lifting short thing, because sometimes I'll just get like carried away and do like a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't even see like that it's always necessary. So I'm gonna try that out.
Yeah, no.
That's super.
You'll definitely get a better pump too.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Gotcha.
I actually have a question about. I just want your personal opinion on a supplement, Nick. What's the when we lift with Michael? What is that thing he makes us take after the pre-workout? He has us take.
It's bucked up, and it's like one of their non-caffeine blends. It's like just supposed to be kind of a pumping type supplement.
Okay.
I actually kind of forget what it's called, but it
might be
like
no stims. Yeah, so it's probably just a nitric oxide type product, which nitric oxide kind of vasodilates, makes the blood vessels like dilate, so it makes them bigger, increases blood flow, so you get a better pump, and that basically just transport nutrients better. And basically the pump helps with break down the muscle, gives you those little tears, and recovery is a little bit better with the pump too. So
it's called I just looked it up. It's called Pumpocalypse.
That's an awesome name, but yeah, it's probably what it is. It's just a non-stim pre-workout. Probably got some citrulline, some glycerol, maybe some agmatine, norvaline, just some ingredients that'll help blood flow and give you a better pump in the gym.
It's definitely like it definitely works because I've taken it a couple times. The flavors, I've just never been able to try good flavor of that because it tastes so chalky.
Yeah, that's probably, I want to say that's the glycerol. Usually glycerol does that. Sometimes agmatine does that too. But yeah, that's the funny thing when you get into supplements. There's certain ingredients that are hard to flavor, and then there's certain ones that like take over as far as like the chalkiness or clump up. It's really interesting.
Maybe KJ Performance Nutrition can make a better tasting one.
Hey, Hey, definitely, man. There's a lot of stuff in the works. There's a non-stim that's already been formulated, but it probably won't come out for another 3 or 4 months. But we got a lot of stuff in the works.
I definitely have to try one of your products. I really have been looking for a new pre-workout.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This next launch, we're going to be tripling inventory because this last one I sold out in 3 hours. Everybody's like pissed because they couldn't get a chance to get it. So
is yours
definitely more coming soon.
Is yours like higher stim than normal or not really?
So the reason mine is a little bit different, one of the main keys is that it's like mild stim. So it's 225 milligrams of caffeine and then 75 milligrams of teacrine. So teacrine increases kind of energy, a little bit longer sustaining, but without increasing blood pressure or heart rate. So it's similar to caffeine, but just a little bit better in a sense. Yeah. So it's only got about 225 milligrams, which is not super high, but not super low.
Because I find myself when I take like a fat amount of pre-workout, like dry scoop it, and I go to the gym, I sometimes tweak out and like have to like can't lift because I like just am shaking way too much.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to like get away from the stigma of like the bangs and then like the super high 400 milligram pre-workouts like Rise does a couple of those, but there's really no reason. I mean, there's a negative return actually when you have really more than 350 milligrams. You start to vasoconstrict and your blood flow actually is not as good. So I really recommend between really 200 and 300. That's kind of the sweet spot.
Gotcha. Workout. Yeah, I've been guilty of going way over that sometimes.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you need it on legs, but
for sure,
normal days, I think around 200 is pretty solid.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome. So I think we actually have to wrap it up, unfortunately, but thank you so much.
No problem.
On the pod. You were great today, honestly.
And I appreciate you guys bringing me on.
Do you have any messages for like the people that are watching or anything you want to put them on? Anything you got coming out?
So yeah, just be on the lookout. We got a insane protein flavor. I'll leak it on here. Just so you guys got a little bit of something, but it'll be a PB&J flavored protein. Not many of those out there in the industry.
You know, I love my Uncrustables.
Yeah, exactly. I know you'd like that, man. So it's pretty insane, but we got that coming out. A lot of new stuff, a lot of new pre-workout flavors. But I will say, like, how I got to the position I got right now is I just reached out to people. I found the opportunities and I took them. Like, I did not know I was going to end up here. I moved to Georgia, moved away from my family. I might be moving to Texas now. It's like, if you get the opportunity, take it and just reach out to people. There's people can help you. And they'll just be welcome to help you too. So of course, that's probably about it.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's something we try to do on our show. But for real, thanks for taking your time out of your day, coming talking to us.
And like make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes,
maybe eat an Uncrustable while you're watching this one. You never know. Chugging down a lemonade.
I'm about to go buy one.
Bro, they're addicting. I have to go. I ran out this morning actually. Really upset about that. But
I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It was fun.
Awesome.